Hi, everybody. Welcome to the IC Topic Chats for today. It's February 15th. Happy Valentine's Day yesterday. I hope you all had a nice time. Today, we're doing a subcontractor fair where everybody will get 2 minutes to talk. We have, as you can see next to me, I have a little timer. So this is meant for everybody to keep on track. And you'll see I'm going to go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to share my screen and press the timer button, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm with Goshen Consulting. I'm Matt Feldman. This is our phrase here, providing data-informed insights to support community impact. You'll see that we have a firm that focuses on 4 values of integrity. We believe in telling the truth and being honest with our clients. Clarity, in that we like to share data in a way that's usable. We're focused on relationships and very much focused on social justice. We went through a big change this last spring, and these are our key areas. We have 15 staff, and here's 13 of them. We mostly work in the Edwardsville, Illinois area, and we are focused on a lot of different things. We have 2 people who are remote, and Danielle, who's in Indiana, and Miranda, who's in Tennessee. Most of our folks come with a bit of a background in sociology or one of the social sciences. Here's some of our projects that we work with and people we work with. Focus the Department of Defense, particularly the Department of Defense education activity. We got a pretty big project with STEM Camp that was $1 million a year. And that's all over the country. And those are some other districts that we work with. We do a lot in the way of STEM evaluation. Here's the institutions that we're currently supporting. Just found out that the University of Chicago and Michigan State are interested yesterday, so I had to quick add those logos in. You see they don't fit too well, but a lot with STEM and with noise projects. You'll see we do a lot with educator shortage. We were contracted to do that back in 2015, and we've continued working with the Illinois State Board of Education, the Illinois Association of Regional Superintendents of Schools. We partner with iWork, which is a division of the University of Illinois, and Evidence in Illinois. So you have 6 seconds. So to wrap it up, we also do work with community-based mental health, as you see there. And if you're interested, feel free to use the logos here and use the little QR code and see me and talk to me or reach out to me through my email. Thanks a lot. All right, so who do we have up next, Emily?
Ashley.
All right, Ashley is up next. Ashley,
hey, everybody.
feel free to start whenever you're ready, and I'll start the timer.
Okay, sure thing. So hi, everyone. I'm Ashley Pareda. I live in Connecticut, and my company is Greater Good Consultants. My very quick nutshell is I was a middle and high school science teacher. When my kids were born, I created my company based on everything that I had done as a teacher. And that side of the business mostly runs itself these days. It's an online career exploration platform. And I focus my time these days on program evaluation. Sorry, swallowed my spit. Program evaluation and curriculum development. So I have a very quick thing that I can share my screen. And this is the latest package that I've put together based on all the work that I've been doing for the past almost 2 decades, which is built for evaluators. So once you have received a grant where you are the evaluator, this is a quick and easy package where I create everything you would need to implement the evaluation. So I create all the evaluation tools based on the narrative, and I've done these for a lot of different programs. So some that were just mentioned, like STEM, a lot of different programs focused on STEM, workforce development, and CTE. So this is built for you guys to take all the tediousness of making instruments over and over again. I do it for you, and that's what I wanted to tell you guys about today. And the website is Greater Good Consultant CT. That's how you can find me, connect with me, and hope to learn more about all of your guys' work today. Thanks. Oh, and I got under 2 minutes. Nice.
Thank you. I was just going to say, I was talking, but I forgot to take myself off mute. That was really cool. I wasn't aware of your services. So this is really cool. I think Nadine, you're up next. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll hit the start. I'll start the timer.
I am. Hold on. I'm gonna share my screen in a second. I'm outside, so I hope you guys can hear me because I have a handyman, a sick child, and a husband in the house, and thought it's probably not gonna be a good idea if I'm in the house. Are you guys able to hear me loud and clear?
Sound great.
Okay, perfect. Then there you go. My screen is up. We can start the timer, Matt. Hey everybody, my name is Nadine Rodriguez. I'm the owner of Applied Justice Solutions. I see my purpose in transforming criminal justice and behavioral health professionals and organizations to effectively utilize their resources and embrace trauma-informed practices. Through this commitment, I aim to contribute to our communities to not only being safer, but also healthier. And I'm looking to partner with and subcontract for others who share that purpose. I offer a variety of services that likely overlap with what many of you offer, so you can see all of them on this slide. I also want to share a bit about my experiences and skills that might be of interest for you. I have experience with program evaluation and quantitative, qualitative, and spatial data analysis, as well as survey creation and facilitating interviews and focus groups. I've created lots of training content for many years in a variety of settings that includes training manuals and toolkits, as well as both written and video content. For example, during a previous project, I created a toolkit for the involved coalitions to help them create their own logic models. With a background as a social worker, corrections officer, prison counselor, and gang and gun violence crime analyst, I offer a unique perspective. I'm bilingual in English and German, and I'm dedicated to continuous growth, reflection, and professional development. For example, in recent years, I focused on improving my knowledge of substance use disorders, stigma, and harm reduction, as well as trauma, particularly what happens to someone's brain and how it can affect people's behavior, and trauma-informed approaches. Both of these areas are my passion, but I'm open to other projects that fall within my focus areas. I've also worked a lot on my data viz skills, and I'm happy to send you my whole portfolio. Here are 2 examples. You can also find that on my website. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Nadine. All right, let's see, we've got Bryson up next.
Good afternoon, good morning, good day, everyone. My name is Chryson Adedoyin. I currently work as a faculty at Stanford University and also basically, head Chris Almost Consulting. So I would say part of my capability statement basically focuses mostly on culturally responsive and equitable evaluation, which led to the publication of this book. And, it's one of its leading content in the nation with respect to culturally responsive and equitable evaluation. That actually makes me also to work in the area of diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility. And I would say that I have capability working with various organizations that are interested in agriculture, anything that has to do with innovation, technological innovation hubs. I've also worked extensively with community development and economic development, areas, and also everything that has to do with educational intervention, working particularly with minority education. I've also had experiences working with international development, agencies, and most recently, I began to work in the area of social entrepreneurship and social enterprises because there seems to be a growing demand for this. Lastly, but not the least, I also work with African refugees, African Americans, and what I'll call African diaspora. And also, if you're looking for somebody who would integrate faith into learning or faith-based intervention, our company, Chris Almost Consulting LLC, also has capabilities in that. Thank you very much. God bless you all. I hope to work with somebody very soon.
Thanks for that, Bryson. All right, looks like Sarah is up next. Sarah Williams-Lang. By the way, she's doing a book review with us, I think in April or March, but it's coming up and it's on strategic doing. So pick up that book and read it. I'm in chapter 3 already. I started it yesterday, so I'm excited. So are you ready, Sarah?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Thanks, Matt.
There you are. There's some, I don't know where people are coming from. I didn't know if you were here. For a second, I thought maybe you weren't here.
Yep.
Whenever you're ready, take it away.
Okay, I'm just very quiet. No, I'm just kidding. So I was going to share my screen, but I'm having low network bandwidth. So I added my website link to the chat. So please take a look. So hi everybody, I'm Sarah Williams Lang. I live outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I've been doing a lot of projects in Pennsylvania and Delaware mainly, but I am open to other United States-based projects. I partner with mission-driven organizations and communities to strengthen their evaluation and performance monitoring infrastructure. So I've been practicing as an evaluator and a social science researcher for 15 years. And over my career, I've supported the evaluation and organizational learning for many different organizations and initiatives in public health and the social services. And I've also practiced as both an internal evaluator and an external evaluator, working with community service organizations, universities, public health initiatives, and community prevention initiatives. My services are mainly around, I'd like my services to be mainly around evaluation capacity building, which can look like evaluability assessments to help organizations and coalitions prepare for effective evaluation that results in useful and accurate information for them. And also to build out evaluation and learning frameworks, which can look like, be very much customized to an organization's needs, and also involves a lot of group facilitation and technical skills in data management and collection and reporting. And I do have experience in that also. I won't take up your time with that, but you can reach out to me. And lastly, formative evaluation is still fun for me. So I'd love to collaborate with others in these areas, and also look for opportunities to subcontract with other evaluators. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. And again, remember to get the book Strategic Doing so that you're prepared for her book review. All right, let's see. Who's up next, Emily? Jennifer Jewett.
Jennifer.
Okay, great. Jennifer, take it away whenever you're ready.
All right. Hello, everyone. I am Jennifer Jewett, based in the brave little state of Vermont and working with clients and colleagues all over. In a nutshell, I am a lifelong student and champion of qualitative inquiry in research and evaluation. As some of you have heard, I am radically interdisciplinary. And over the past 25 years, I've had the privilege of leveraging the power of qualitative inquiry to advance all kinds of good cause programs and organizations. Love seeing those changes enacted for the better. True to form for a qualitative geek. Yes, I was laughing at myself when I realized this. I'm going to see if I get my technology to cooperate and share screen so I can share a quote with you. Let's see if it will display. Let me just change to presentation mode, which I had not yet done. And this is where I can play some on hold music. Let's see. Are you now getting?
Look, it's coming. Not as much as me.
So, this is a quote from a trio of leading methodologists. Some of you may recognize these folks cited in the bottom left. Lone researchers and many teams, I would add, new and experienced, benefit from a critical friend, partner, mentor, or colleague who can supply alternative perspectives, support, and protection from bias. So I will continue to do, quote unquote, my own projects, but what I've been realizing lately is how much I enjoy and find it rewarding to support colleagues in making the most of their qualitative endeavors. So if you'd like collegial guidance or project partner in the qualitative arena, feel free to reach out. Nice to see y'all. Thanks.
Thanks, Jennifer.
You are
Sarah
welcome.
Breyer, you're up next.
Okay, give me 1 second. All right, I'm ready to go. Hi, I'm Sarah Breyer. I'm located in our nation's capital in DC, and I love to conduct mixed method qualitative evaluations. In my practice, I particularly like to focus on work that furthers equity and justice, and to incorporate processes that center, when possible, more collaborative approaches. I come to the work from the program side as a former nonprofit executive director. And as a former ED, I understand their pressures, and I'm interested in and have had my own transformative experiences with how to convey information to leaders in ways that they can truly hear it and take action. On the substantive end, I bring 30 plus years experience in programming and policy in youth and adult criminal legal systems. I've created and led networks and coalitions of individuals and organizations and understand how they function. And finally, I bring a commitment to racial equity and was chosen in 2019 to be a racial healing fellow with the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. I was introduced to evaluation and research methodology as an undergraduate in anthropology at Stanford, where I used participant observations in a self-designed research project on women migrants in a squatter settlement in Istanbul, Turkey. As a graduate student at Harvard, my master's project was on the creation of an evaluation model for the educational programs at the nearby Suffolk County House of Corrections. I've taught nonprofit evaluation courses and have led learning groups on logic models in my networks. As a consultant, so far, I've been the principal investigator on 3 mixed method qualitative evaluations: a nonprofit equity-driven leadership transition in the immigration space, a mid-course evaluation of a legislative campaign centered on youth in the child welfare system, and an evaluation of a pilot affinity group that was part of an organization's racial equity change process. I love working with others. I'm excited to form partnerships with folks who bring either quantitative or qualitative approaches, and generally to pursue new projects with folks. So thanks, everybody. Nice to be here.
I don't know about you guys, but hearing from Sarah and hearing from all of you guys is just so impressive. It's really cool to know that we have such cool peers and friends and colleagues. And so Sarah, you're a good example of that, but everybody is so impressive to me. And it's just kind of an honor to be a part of this group. Looks like we're up next with Rachel. Let me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, go ahead.
Hello all. My name is Rachel Reed, and I'm a nonprofit consultant in Southern California, also with a background in anthropology. I specialize in arts and culture organizations, museums, community-based and environmental organizations, and I also support creative professionals and academics who apply for fellowships and grants. My services include research and program evaluation, facilitation of all types, focus groups, board meetings, editing and copywriting, fund development and capacity building, and grant writing. So that last one, grant writing, might be most relevant for this crowd in terms of the value I can offer as someone who's still relatively new to evaluation. Because I'm a professional grant writer who also teaches that skill to graduate students, as well as through technical assistance workshops. So if you are established, and you're sick of responding to those RFPs, maybe consider outsourcing to me. You can find more details about what I do through this contact information that hopefully is sharing on the screen, but is also available on that lovely list that Matt and his team so generously organized and shared with us. I really enjoy collaborating and learning with people, so hopefully some of us will be able to work together this year. Thanks so much. And it's nice to meet you all more deeply.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Catherine, you're up next. Take it away whenever you're ready.
All right, well, let me share my screen here, or attempt to share my screen. I'm going to keep the anthropology ball rolling here. Woot for anthropology. I have my master's degree in anthropology. I'm Catherine Brown of the not very creatively named Catherine Brown Evaluation Services, and I am based in Omaha, Nebraska. I would say this is my top 10 list of things I enjoy doing, I think I'm good at, and the idea is that you can get an idea of where my skills might be a value add for you and where partnering might make sense. I also want to echo what Matt said. This is such a great group, and I'm scribbling down notes. Excited to partner either as a subcontractor or as a prime. I hope we can get in touch. So quickly, my top 10, an anthropologist. I love distilling insights from big masses of textual data. Of course, I do the front end and the back end parts of that too, if needed. I love making it easy for all people. And I really want to emphasize all people to get curious about data. I use technology of participation, facilitated practice. I use Tableau and sort of a curated journey to look at big, large end data sets from the census and so forth to do that. I facilitate strategic planning and other types of data-related projects. All these asterisks mean things I have done a little bit of, but would like to grow in. So if you have a need there, that would be a win for me. I'm a generalist. Here are some of the topic areas I deal with. I work with all kinds of partners, essentially everyone except private sector. And I come from a background working with the Government Accountability Office, so federal government, and also within a philanthropic organization. I'm based in Nebraska. I believe place matters. I love working with people locally, but also across the Midwest and the Southeast. I love MaxQDA. I often love Tableau. And obviously, working with other evaluators is great. What a great way to build teams that serve client interests and also are great for us. So thank you all. I look forward to the rest of the presentations.
Perfect timing, Catherine. I love it. And I love the name of your company. It's easy to remember who we're working with. All right, Joe Travers, you're up next.
There, I should have muted myself. Hey everyone, I'm Joe of Travers Data. I am not an evaluator, but I've worked with lots of evaluators over the years and in evaluation departments, so I know that you're all really good people. I focus on data visualization and reporting. I've done, I actually had a slide, a 90s theme slide, because I've actually been working with data since the 90s, 1999. Data collection, data analysis, data governance, but I really enjoy visualizing data and reporting data in ways that make it really accessible and actionable to anyone, no matter who your audience is. I'm focusing right now on visualizing in Power BI dashboards, Microsoft's data dashboard software. I teach beginner and advanced workshops to all kinds of organizations. I just launched a new site called howtoUsePowerBI.com, which doesn't have much yet there right now, but it's going to have basically little, easy, quick videos about how to do everything in Power BI, both as a complete beginner to someone who's really experienced. It's going to have a wide range of things. I do lots of design Power BI dashboards for organizations. I often pack solutions around some of the limitations that the program has. It's a very think inside the box type program. So I think of ways to manipulate it or hack it to do other things. And I also provide support for when organizations need me. If they're trying to figure out something in Power BI, rather than spending hours or days or longer trying to figure it out, they just email me and say, we need help with such and such. I've never talked about myself in less than 2 minutes before, but let's see how this goes. One last slide. So I would obviously love to help if any of you need help with Power BI or one of your clients need help with Power BI or data visualization. Something new I'm actually started to do, I'm working with a couple of my evaluation colleagues right now, is offering some free Power BI training to their clients and to their past clients. So that helps me get my name out there a little bit more, but it helps you, for instance, reconnect with some old clients or some current clients and offering them something free so they can learn something and be like, oh, hey, Sarah Williams-Lang, I forgot about her. She's offering this free workshop from this Joe guy. So I'm starting to explore that as well.
I think that
thanks, Matt.
We had Amelia Coma on a couple weeks ago, and she talked about data visualization. Maybe we'll want to do something like that for an IC topic chat sometime later this year. So with your
for sure.
work, I think it's an opportunity for us to learn. I think it's completely relevant to our work, and I think it makes a lot of sense. All right, who's up next, Emily? I didn't see that. Scott. Scott's up next. Great.
Hi, everyone. Just sharing my screen here. So I am Scott Seitz. I am with Lumen Guidance and Consultation. We are a two-person team made up of myself and my practice partner, Katie Hale. We are both licensed psychologists, and our background is in clinical and community psychology. In terms of our services, we do a lot of program evaluation work, so both qualitative and quantitative, data collection, management, analysis. Also do a lot of work with program development and implementation. So starting with logic model design, curriculum development, implementation, training, and also grant writing and reporting. In terms of our focus areas, some people have talked about themselves being interdisciplinary. I do love getting into lots of different types of content areas, but some focuses for us are youth development programs. So looking at things like academic success, social and emotional learning, healthcare, so both mental and physical health programs, and community-based organizations. So I mentioned that both Katie and I are community psychologists, and our training has really highlighted the importance of collaborative relationships and really valuing the expertise of the people with whom we work. And so community-based organizations are often a good fit for us. And we would love to connect. If you all have any projects that you need extra support with, would love to hear more about them and see how we might be able to help. My contact information is up there on the screen. And it's been great getting to know each of you a little bit more, and hope to connect soon.
Perfect timing. Loved it. Looks like we got a double two for your money kind of coming up yet with Molly and Silvana. Take it away whenever you're ready, guys.
It's just going to be me today. Hi, everybody. I'm Molly Rodapel. I am the co-founder, as Matt mentioned. My business partner is Silvana McCormick. And we are the co-founders and co-executive directors of Redwood Consulting. We are based in California. We started our company as we were completing our doctoral program at Claremont Graduate University, where I received my PhD in organizational psychology, organizational behavior, and Silvana was finishing her doctoral studies in evaluation and applied research methods. So yeah, as we were working on our PhDs, we sort of started realizing that there was such a tremendous overlap between evaluation and organizational behavior, and really saw a need to really integrate those two fields in an evaluation practice. And so that really guides how we work at Redwood. We are a fully remote company. Silvana is based out of the Bay Area, and I am in Los Angeles. We are a primarily evaluation consulting firm, but we do provide organizational consulting services as well, particularly in relation to ECB and organizational learning. We practice, as I mentioned, our evaluation practice, I should say, is really guided by organizational learning with a focus on use. And that comes through, I think, in the design of our evaluations, rapid style reporting, facilitating strategic planning, those kind of activities. Our work is currently mostly focused, but not exclusively focused, in the STEM higher education space. Specifically, we do most of our external evaluation work of federal grants with the National Science Foundation, Department of Agriculture, Department of Education, as well as a lot of work in the cyber space. Most of our projects most of our projects are focused on improving educational experiences in the STEM disciplines and supporting the success of historically marginalized groups in STEM. Some of the projects we work on are focused at the student level, some of them at the faculty level, and other projects are focused on larger kind of institutional transformation efforts.
All right, thanks, Molly. Yeah, we're a bit out of time here, but that's okay. I know.
Thank you. Sorry for
Looking at
catching.
the other screen. It happened to, it happened to me too. I want to give some time for everybody today. So, you
No,
guys,
thank you so much.
No
Nice
problem.
to meet you all.
For sure. Now we've got Lily up next. Now, Lily, if you guys don't know, she's actually serving on the ICTIG leadership. She's one of our chairs for reviewing proposals, the program chairs. And so she's going to speak to us again in March 7th with Nathan. So they're going to talk about submitting AEA conference proposals. But today she's not here to talk about that. She's here to talk about herself and her practice. So, whenever you're ready, Lily, go right ahead.
Thanks, Matt. You gave me extra time to share my screen. It's great to meet everyone. Can everyone see my screen? Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to share a little bit about my personal background and my values and how I approach the work, because I'm primarily looking to subcontract right now or to partner on new projects. So you can see in the middle here, these are my values of my business. My business is called LAS Visions LLC, so also not very original. Those are my initials. And it's really informed by my education. I have a background in public health and education. I studied a lot of epidemiology and stats, and then I had a more general approach to content. And then I have some field experience on the top. And then I've also really been informed by my direct service work with nonprofits as a board member and as a women's fertility awareness method coach. And I just wanted to share this quote from Adrienne Marie Brown. It's taken a little out of context, but to me, it really spoke to some of the heart of just having enough space, enough capacity, enough just thinking about our relationships on a deeper level. So she said, liberated relationships are one of the ways we actually create abundant justice, the understanding that there is enough attention, care, resource, and connection for all of us to access belonging, to be in our dignity, and to be safe in community. So I really loved that, and just love that we're expanding how we work together and having this opportunity. So go to the next slide. So I would love you to email me if you need help with the following. So I do a lot of different things, but this is what I'm really most interested in right now. A lot of it is working creatively with groups, doing brainstorming and facilitation. I've had experience working with federated models and enjoy that. I particularly enjoy evaluation when it has a big dose of capacity building and technical assistance. I love collecting data more than analyzing it these days. And I also love working in these topic areas. And then this is just a few of the projects that I've completed recently. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I look forward to working with those on the call.
I love reading some of those quotes from people. Oh, Carla from the city of St. Louis, Arch City, Gateway City. If you guys know, oftentimes I'm from St. Louis area, so Carla and I see each other every once in a while. So I'm happy to have her here. I keep trying to find ways to work with Carla. We haven't made it happen yet. One of these days, we're going to work together, aren't we, Carla?
I would love to do that. That would be wonderful. Maybe it's in the cards this year.
Maybe it is. Take it away anytime you're ready, Carla.
Okay, great. My name is Carla Reichert, and my company is Reflect and Envision Consulting. I have over 12 years of experience in evaluation, particularly in the areas of education, health, and working with vulnerable populations. I have a plethora of experience in working with individuals with disabilities as well as other marginalized communities. To have a little bit of an understanding of the lens I apply in all the work that I do, my mission statement is really that I'm centering the lived experience of stakeholders when reflecting on the past to achieve the future envisioned. So what I really see is using evaluation, whether it's already completed or it's in progress, and connecting it to those longer range plans and developing those fulsome recommendations that can connect to other work organizations are doing. So in general, to understand those big buckets of what I do and what I'm really strong at doing is those foundational activities. So doing logic modeling, wrestling with those wicked problems by doing root cause analyses, and using systems frames to think about who we need to engage and collaborate with to do our work.
Obviously, with my mission statement, you can imagine that qualitative is really what makes my heart glow. And so that's including everything from the data collection, the development of those tools, and doing the analysis and the reporting. So for interviews, focus groups, but then also that more intensive work related to literature reviews and environmental scans. That also leads to that third bucket, which is writing. So while I really enjoy engaging with those texts and applying that to the way we do our work and the recommendations we put forward, I also thoroughly enjoy writing reports tailored to different audiences, creating those briefing documents that make them actionable, and then of course doing tool development to support dissemination. So I would love to connect with all of you. That QR code leads to my website, but I will drop it in the chat as well. Thank you.
Such a great use of data visualization. Thanks for that, Carla.
No problem.
And next up is Kristen. Kristen, thanks for letting me abuse you through my examples. I knew I could pick on you a little bit with and you wouldn't take any harm to that.
No,
You're from Michigan. You're in Kalamazoo, right?
I'm in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Can everyone see my screen? Okay.
I can see it. Go right ahead.
Hi, I'm Kristen. I'm in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I have 20 years of evaluation experience. I have a PhD in evaluation measurement and research. I started work in evaluation at a university-based evaluation center. Before that, I worked as an elementary school teacher. And then about 8 years ago, I started my own consulting business. I primarily work in the STEM ed field as well as education in general. So I work with universities, nonprofits, and school districts. I listed some of the areas that I work in, educational program, like I said, STEM ed, literacy, early childhood. I do a lot of with NSF, currently evaluating an ERC, which is an engineering research center, RETs, REMs. I also do large multi-state or multi-site statewide evaluations. I'm currently working with one across the state of Michigan with STEM education. Over the last 8 years, I've also gotten more involved in like the community health world, substance use evaluation, and I'm really enjoying that work as well. So I'm looking for anyone who's interested in these topic areas, who's willing to partner. I love working with other evaluators. I've met so many great people through this group, and I see some people that I will be meeting soon in my new mastermind. So I'm excited to make those connections here. These are some of the recent projects that I've done. Like I said, I'm currently working on a statewide evaluation of STEM professional development, do work around collaborations and coalitions, workforce development, STEM, diversity, inclusion, careers, coaching, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can read it all. So if you'd like to connect, I would love to connect and learn more about what you're working on and see if there's a place that we could work together. So thanks.
Perfect timing. Thanks for that. Dana, you're up next.
Amazing. Thanks. Hi, everybody. My name is Dana Benjamin Allen, and I am located in the suburbs of Boston, Massachusetts. And that gave me enough time to share my screen and look like I knew what I was doing. So my consulting firm is called Back of the Napkin Consulting, and we specialize in fun, if I were to give that a headline. So what the heck does that mean? It means that we are really focused on data use. So we are researchers who really hang at the intersection of data collection, community development, systems, action, and advocacy. So we often work with lobbyists, we often work at state houses, but 9 times out of 10, our work is actionable and either leads to policy change or funding for our clients. So that being said, we hang in the nonprofit space. I'm a recovering nonprofit executive as well as a database and technology executive. So putting those couple of things together, I'm well suited to be a data nerd. And so our team, we look to move the needle for our clients and specifically work to engage in curiosity. We are very cognizant of time as the clock is running, and that empathy is our superpower. So what does this really mean for us? I'll let you read the slides while I keep chatting for 36 seconds. We do qualitative research, quantitative research. We are not bound by the organizations. We are really interested in creative uses and opportunities to engage our clients. And we like to say that in the beginning, our clients have to work with us, or they think they have to work with us, and by the end they want to work with us. So how does data become a thing that folks look to do and look to use, and how do we make those data collection opportunities novel, exciting, and useful for everybody from the janitor to the CEO, and everything in between. So there's a whole lot more. We're happy to chat. We're growing and we're looking for friends.
We all need friends.
We all need friends.
Thanks for that, Dana. Morgan, you're up next.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Oh, and you were on the treadmill a second ago. Did you just
I stopped it so I could talk.
Oh, that's okay. My wife works on a treadmill. I'm always jealous. I have a treadmill at home, but I don't think I can work and treadmill at the same time. Sorry.
It's a learned skill. I should list it on my skills. Any case, hey everyone, I'm Morgan Burris Finley. I am based in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm the founder of Raya Cooper Impact Consulting, and we're a new shop. We're coming up on our first birthday, and this is our kind of tagline. You know, you want to change the world, measure it, and tell your story and repeat. And that's really kind of how I think about the work that we do. And just a bit about me. I have a master's in social work. I come to this work from the clinical side, which I heard quite a few people already say before making this pivot into evaluation and measurement about 10 years ago. I've worked in a variety of contexts, in federal grant evaluation, behavioral health, nonprofit with a focus on economic development, and then into the belly of the beast and corporate social impact and corporate social responsibility. I think of myself as an evaluation generalist, but I'm really focused on practicality and usability. And so with that, I have two focus areas. One being organizational change and building that infrastructure for learning, and then the impact reporting, especially for external audiences. And in terms of Raya Cooper Impact Consulting, we're working primarily with foundations and corporate social impact departments and nonprofits as well, largely in this realm of developing the strategies that they want to set for the types of programs they want to build, and then putting the infrastructure in place to measure, evaluate, and report it back to their stakeholders. In terms of some of the projects, it's things like looking at strategic reviews of giving portfolios, developing theories of change is brand new, and then creating some linkages between evaluation and ESG, environmental, social, and governance reporting. And I'm looking to connect on potential subcontracts, partnerships, building the bench as this business is growing. So I'd love to connect, and I will drop my links into the chat.
Thanks, Morgan. You can be back on the treadmill if you want to.
I will in just a second. I got to figure out how to stop sharing my screen.
All right. We'll figure it out. Marcella, you're up next. Are you still in Florida, Marcella? Oh, you're on mute. Oh, you're still on mute. I'll wait for you to figure it out. And
yes,
Marcella's daughter joins us sometime from where's your daughter from, Marcella?
She's going to tell you herself because she's coming next.
Oh, she's right after. She's
joining us. That beautiful girl who's smiling, Leah Mekamuma. Okay. That's my daughter, and she'll be telling you all about her. Okay. But yes, I am still based in Miami. And sorry, guys, it's a beautiful day in the 70s. So sorry about you guys dealing with the snow pile. I did that, and I left it behind. So, and thanks, Matt, for organizing the fair. I always love to see all these young faces. As you see, I'm kind of at the other end of the spectrum. I've been doing program evaluation for 30 years. I'm an anthropologist through and through, undergrad in anthropology, master's in medical anthropology, and a PhD in applied anthropology. So that's kind of how I got into evaluation, through the applied side of qualitative social sciences and research, which is what I love to do. I became an independent consultant in 2012, and I am, like I said, based in Miami, but I work locally, regionally, nationally, internationally, whatever my heart takes me, and whatever I see something that I'm passionate about. That's probably sometimes an advantage and a disadvantage, as we've discussed with Matt and argued in the past of this conversation about generalists. But I do consider myself a generalist with a passion for things that have a potential to have a true impact. So I'm very practical in my approach to my work. Some of the topics that I've worked in have been health, K through 16 education. Lately, Leah and I have done some work together on youth development leadership and fellowship evaluations, fascinating topic. My second love is evaluation capacity building. I build it into everything I do, and I also do it, as also part of my consulting services. My clients are typically foundations and nonprofits. Because I'm solo, I miss the interaction of working with people, so I'm always looking for opportunities to be a subcontractor. I'm bilingual and Spanish, native Spanish speaker, and I do a lot of work with Hispanic populations. So if you're needing someone with that kind of background, I'm there for you. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Marcella. I think Bob, you're up next. Bob's from New York. I met Bob in 2011 at the AEA conference in Anaheim. I sat right next to him at the awards luncheon, and we've been friends ever since. And Bob, among other things, he's run the Boston Marathon. So for all you guys in Boston, he knows the Beantown well.
And I'm a Red Sox fan besides.
And he's a Red Sox fan. Well, he's from that area, so not a Yankees fan then, I guess.
No. Anyway, thank you, Matt, for organizing this. As always, you are willing to help anybody and everybody. Thanks. This is my week-old logo, and it's the first reveal of it. The business is only since July, so I'm fairly new as a solo independent consultant. My previous career was as a Jewish educator for 40 years. I got my PhD in 2014 at Minnesota within a minor in program evaluation, because I fell in love with the course 3 weeks in after taking the required course in program evaluation, and decided to change careers after 40 years. Since 2014, I worked at the Office of Professional Research and Development, which is a university-based evaluation group at Syracuse University. I teach evaluation at SU to grad students, and it's my favorite part of the week. And in 2023, I founded the Peer Collaborative Evaluation and Consulting. The name was a real labor to come up with, but I wanted to include my values in it. And the words peer and collaborative really are important to me in the work I do. My primary experience is in K-12, higher ed, STEM, working with populations with intellectual disability, museums. I've done a bit of work for the New York State courts, and nonprofits and Jewish organizations. I join those who say that they are passionate about qualitative research. It's where I love to spend my time. I can do the quantitative, but it's really to get through it in order to get to the qualitative. And I'd love to partner with some people. Syracuse does not have a big evaluation community, and it's kind of lonely. So I'd love to work with some other people in these areas.
Feel lonely sometimes in the independent consulting business, but I think what we realize is we, as independent consultants who affiliate with AEA, are better prepared to do this work than other people that oftentimes find this work. And so that's what I love about bringing this group together, because we support one another through it. And frankly, I want us to take over all the evaluation work away from all those folks who don't even know AEA exists, because we're better prepared to do that work. That's my own personal mission. With that, Valerie's up next, and take it away whenever you're ready, Valerie.
All right. Hi, thank you.
Go right ahead.
All right. I'm Valerie Ehrlich, and I am relatively new into my consulting
journey with my company Mission Bloom. I have over actually coming up on 20 years of experience in evaluation, which is crazy to say. And I'm not a sociologist or an anthropologist. I'm a social personality psychologist who does applied developmental research. So I really couldn't decide which direction I wanted to go in. I'm really focused on transforming insights into impact. So for the last 8 years, I worked primarily on internal evaluation efforts with the Center for Creative Leadership. And the things that I'm hoping to do mostly in my consultancy are strategic planning and facilitation. So I love facilitating group brainstorming and figuring out why are we doing what we're doing and how are we going to learn from it. I also love impact storytelling and data visualization, measurement, evaluation, and survey design, especially when it's mixed methods and qualitative. And also I am in the process of obtaining my ICF certification for professional coaching. So I'm interested in helping leaders and particularly measurement, evaluation, and learning professionals who may need some leadership development support. I am obtaining my Emergent Learning Advanced Practitioner certification, and I also have a background in diversity, equity, and inclusion and participatory evaluation. Let's see. So I love a good Venn diagram. My synergies are leadership, learning, inclusion, and complexity. So I really love thinking about big, sticky problems. And I'm seeking to partner primarily on social and philanthropic projects. I'm almost out of time. So these are some things that I love. Maybe you do too, which means we might work together well, or maybe you hate these things, which means you might want to hire me to help you do those things. But I'd love for you to reach out for either subcontracting or coaching. So, thank you.
Thanks, Valerie. And I think you make a good point in that sometimes we should recognize that we're not good at things and we should find people to assist us with the things that we're not good at. I think Leah's up next, and we already had a little introduction to Leah and that she's Marcella's daughter. Now, Leah, where are you located today? You're somewhere far away, aren't you?
Yes, I'm in Nairobi, Kenya, where I live, but I work internationally and remotely, sometimes with my mom, Marcella. I'm going to just like say a couple things about myself in addition to what you see here, and then I'll share some links in the chat. So I am on team sociology. I have a bachelor's in sociology from Northeastern University and a master's in international development from the London School of Economics in London. I focus on qualitative evaluation, research, program design, strategy, and facilitation. I have about 14 years of cross-sector experience, so working with social enterprises, nonprofits, NGOs, government agencies, and the United Nations. So I started really on the program design, management, and implementation side, and am now working more on the learning, strategy design, facilitation, and research side, because I saw in my implementation work a big need for learning and had a big interest in it, given who my mom is and what she's done since I was a kid. I'm really interested in gender equity and social inclusion, youth empowerment, arts and culture, and decolonizing the international development and humanitarian aid spaces. I'm part of the Convive Collective, which is a creative and strategic learning partner for climate-focused philanthropies. So wearing that hat, we're interested in meeting other consultants. We've just like revved up our work this year. I'll share a link to our website. And in terms of work, I work globally. I'm open to subcontracting part-time, especially on projects here in Kenya or in sub-Saharan Africa. And I speak 4 languages that are listed there that I can also do some work in. Yeah, that's me.
Thank you so much for that. All right, I've lost my list here. Is it Jasenia? Am I saying that correct? Are you up next? Jasenia. Oh, this is the first time I've had a going once, going twice situation. Are you here? Robin, are you ready to go if she's not available?
I am.
All right, and Jasenia, if you're having problems unmuting or stepped away, just let us know. We'll put you back in. We'll squeeze you back in. Go ahead, Robin. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to you next.
Okay, let me get my screen going. I don't think I'm able to, so I won't.
Before I get this started, I just want to point out that I always say this, but I forgot to say it today. If anybody is like super excited to talk to anybody, we always enable the private messaging. In fact, a lot of you guys have already been private messaging me. Private message each other, because that's the point, right? Connect with people. Pretend you're at a conference and your people are talking, and you get to sit down next to somebody and you can just chit chat with them, as you do at a conference. It's kind of the point of all this. So feel free to do that. Robin, are you all set?
I'm going to have to skip I'm not able to share my screen, so I won't. And that's no problem. So hi, colleagues. I'm Robin Kane. I'm with RK Evaluation and Strategies. I'm currently based in Boston after decades in DC. I have more than 25 years of experience in program planning and evaluation, but also in policy advocacy and strategic communications. In much of my work, I lead comprehensive evaluation efforts with clients. I have a lot of experience in planning and evaluation for long-term policy change efforts. And I've also conducted evaluations of short-term training and education programs. But my sweet spot, my special spot is facilitating planning and strategy sessions with clients. I see the value in that with so many organizations, even if there's not an evaluation component attached to that. Recent clients have included Arcus Foundation, Georgetown Law Center and National Security, the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum, Union of Concerned Scientists, and the Democracy Fund. So you can see from that list that I'm keeping the generalist theme going. I've worked on many issue areas, and the through line, though, is that I worked to support racial, economic, and social justice. So that's the constant among many different issue areas. And before shifting my career into evaluation, I did work for a decade in communications and policy departments at advocacy organizations like Consumers Union and the National LGBTQ Task Force. And so that experience gives me a strong understanding about advocacy, but also the groups and the context in which they're doing that work. I've also had the pleasure of working with many ICTIG colleagues, and I love working on teams. It's my favorite kind of work. So it'd be a great opportunity if folks had work to connect with me about future partnerships. I'd love to talk with you, and I'll drop my contact information in the chat.
Thanks, Robin. Let's see, we've got Ray Martinez up next.
Hello, everyone. I'm sharing my screen now.
There you go.
Hey, everyone. I'm Ray Martinez. I use they, them pronouns. And my background is really in political education and facilitation, specifically in popular ed methods. I did a stint with participatory grant making and in building skills for donor organizing in movement spaces. I also have a background in sexual violence advocacy and prevention and working with child abuse centers. I also worked in higher ed for a while, so I've got a student development background and especially love working with communities of practice, foundations, and nonprofits. My firm offers facilitation for liberation services, meaning making for purposeful iteration, strategic planning for pragmatic progress. I love alliteration, if you couldn't tell, and curriculum and program design for cultivating courage specifically. I would love to collaborate with folks around qualitative coding, which is my favorite thing to do. And also curriculum and program development. I also love facilitation. I know some evaluators, that's like the worst part of their job. It is my favorite part of my job and love to be brought in to design and facilitate community-led processes. And then this is super niche, but I also have a background in database management, specifically with a software called Blackbaud grant making that a lot of foundations use. So, and it can be just like a weird database to pull data from. So always happy to just collab and give a little bit of insight on that weird database. I'm especially seeking opportunities to break into more explicit social change and impact evaluation. Most of my work has been in program evaluation so far. And I'm especially seeking opportunities in Colorado. I'm from Colorado. I'm based in Minnesota now, and would love to build more community out in Colorado. So thank you all.
Thanks, Ray. Appreciate that. Student affairs for the win, right there. Love it. Let's see, Jeff, you're up next.
Okay, great, thanks. There we go. Hi, I'm Jeff's son, and my contact information is on this slide, which is less than an hour old. So I won't read you everything that is on here, but we'll just kind of hit the highlights. My practice is about 30 years old, and we focus on K-12 education, and also do a lot of work in higher ed with programs that connect to K-12 communities, both in formal and informal educational environments. So in other words, we work with museums and libraries and those kinds of things. And STEM is our one of our chief content specialties now. We have a strong emphasis on qualitative data and analysis, and mostly do collaborative evaluations. We believe very, very strongly in the power of evaluation to affect change in organizations, and mostly to benefit the stakeholders involved in the evaluation, which in most of our work is actually students and learners. Our work is primarily nowadays funded by federal sources. We have a lot of NSF projects, and also some large U.S. Department of Ed work. We also, at the same time, will work for individual school districts. So that's a significant and a long-term ongoing piece of our work, which basically evolves around program evaluation and strategic planning. Our NSF work right now is primarily ATE and iTest. So we're always interested in more of those kinds of things, and also working with people who are interested in collaborating on those projects. And in that regard, we're looking for people to work with. I'm always looking for collaborators and subcontractors, particularly people with backgrounds in K-12 education. And we will also be interested in talking to people about subcontracting with them. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Jeff. I know a lot of people are starting to look at the clock. If you're near the bottom of the list, we will still be here for you. If we go past 90 minutes, well, I'm not going to stop the recording or tell you you missed out on your opportunity. I'm here for you through whatever time it takes. And I think most of us are here for that same reason, because we want to hear from others and connect. So don't worry about it. We'll be here until everyone's done. And if some people still want to go at the end, and we're still willing to hang out and listen, we'll do it. But with that, Claire, I think you're up next.
Awesome. Thank you. Get my slides up here. Awesome. So nice to meet you all, and nice to see some familiar faces as well. I'm Claire Eisenberg. I'm an independent consultant. My company is creatively called Claire Eisenberg Consulting. I've got a QR code that takes you to my website, and that'll be on each of my slides. So if you miss it, you'll be good. So I work in kind of three main areas: research and evaluation. I'm definitely in the sociology, anthropology area, so qualitative is my main focus. And I was, oh, maybe I'll differentiate myself through qualitative methods, but not in this group. But I will say I actually love writing survey questions using kind of a qualitative lens. So that's one kind of quantitative area that I really enjoy. I am not a statistician though, so I will leave the analysis of surveys to others. My focus is really in youth engagement, youth participatory methods. I love working directly with young people and bringing them into the research and evaluation process. So doing youth advisory councils or facilitating with young people. I also do a lot of facilitation. So shout out, Ray mentioned kind of it's not always part of evaluation, but I love that aspect as well. And then I also do storytelling, so report production. I also love copy editing and writing. I'm an introvert, so I love doing that stuff on my own. So some of the things that I love: making sense of data, working with youth, creative approaches, doing high quality work without like going crazy. and projects that center social justice and equity and participatory methods. Outside of work, I love cooking, baking, eating, gardening, and traveling. And I love kind of being able to recognize partners' humanity through our work and bringing our whole selves to our projects. So that's a bit about me. Thank you.
Introverts for the win. I know that Joe Travers and I are probably the most extroverted of the group here, but I think that we find all of our colleagues are introverts. Sorry, Joe, I called you out on that, but I feel relatively comfortable in calling you an extrovert.
I'm not an extrovert at all. I'm just a good actor.
He's an extroverted introvert. He's one of those. All right, who do we have up next? Let's see. Oh, it looks like it's Julie.
Hi. I'm just gonna share my screen.
Good.
And all right. Hey everyone, I'm Julie Laura. I'm so impressed with all of you. I, on the other hand, am very new to evaluation. My background is in quantitative methods. I did my PhD in measurement and statistics and education. Since then, I've worked as faculty at Indiana University and now currently at Clemson in South Carolina. So my area has all been really quantitative methods focused on statistics and measurement issues. I've also done some applied work in statistics education, and I'm really interested in issues of access. For some reason, people find statistics scary, but they shouldn't, in my opinion. So that's sort of some of the work that I've been doing. What I hope to do in the future is pivot a lot more into the space of evaluation using my background in quantitative methods to begin to contribute. I'm really excited about this space. It feels really impactful and compared to sort of the abstract nature of academia. So I'm really excited for that. And I'm also really excited to continue to push forward with more equity-based approaches within the methods. So not just the topical areas, but the methods themselves, the statistical models, and how those can, how we can think about those in different ways. For example, through quant crit framework or social justice approaches. So that's what I'm doing. I would love to connect with you all as a subcontractor or a consultant, or if you have advice for me, or if you just like talking about nerdy things like statistics, and my contact info is below. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was great. Quant crit. So we have some we have a project work with a bunch of faculty who are really into quant crit, and we're learning a lot about it as evaluators. But it's pretty interesting and intense stuff. Thanks for that.
I love your email, Julie. educatingjulie@gmail. I love that.
Thank you so much. I've had that since I was a graduate student.
Kimberly's up next. Take it away whenever you're ready, Kimberly. While she's doing this, isn't this fun? I love this.
Let's see here. All right. Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Kimberly Fairbank. I am with Clover Educational Consulting Group. Just wanted to share some information with you guys about Clover. We are a nonprofit based out of Northeast Texas, though our consultants are all over the country and currently one in the UK. So kind of we can say we're international now. Clover is made up, it was founded in 2015 by licensed psychologists, and now it is a hodgepodge of social workers like myself, psychologists, and public health professionals. And we really focus on community mental health and wellness. And we have 3 divisions in our organization: training initiatives, which does training, workforce development, and then they collect data for the research and evaluation team, which evaluates data. We've supported over 250 training programs since 2015. Last year alone, I worked as an evaluator. I worked with 8 organizations across 18 projects, which kind of tells you that our clients love us. They come back for us. They want to work with us, right? So instead of me telling you all about them, let me just share with you. these are some of the quotes that we've gotten from when we asked them for like our staff recommendations. We say, what do you think about Clover? How is it like to work with us? And they love us. And so I wanted to share their words with you instead of telling you how great we are. We also offer hourly consultation services for those people who are not quite sure if they want to commit to a full evaluation yet, and they want to work with us on a smaller scale. So we do offer that. We do work with populations, like I said, all over the country, specifically with rural populations and the native populations. Again, let's geek out together. Look, I love the nerd talk. So I'm here for that if you guys want to work together. Also, final thing, we're also looking for people who want to maybe teach or lead projects around Tableau and Power BI. So I'll probably be reaching out to some of you about that.
I bet Joe will raise his hand and help you out with that.
I already highlighted Joe's name.
You got already connected with Joe. Oh, and at some point, Kimberly, I might reach out to you about how you gather your testimonials, because I feel like a lot of us are always trying to think through that. So,
we have a great system. I would love to talk about it.
Yeah, well, maybe we can set you up for an IC topic chat sometime.
Great.
All right. I've lost track. Who's up next? Is it Lorraine, I think, is next.
Yes, thank you, Matt. Let me just share my screen a second. And can you all see that little digital business card?
I don't see it.
I don't see it.
Okay. Are you sharing on the screen?
I share.
Oh, yeah, I see you put it.
There we go.
There you go. Perfect.
There we go.
Take it away.
Okay. Yeah. So thanks to everyone who's already shared. I'm Dr. Lorraine Hitt. I'm in Conway, South Carolina. I'm a former ESL and academic writing instructor, an education researcher, and a newish evaluator. I work mainly in higher education and STEM. My most recent evaluation projects include a NOAA Climate Ready Workforce Grant and a NASA Miro Grant. Those were both submitted this week. I'm also internal evaluator on an NSF STEM project, and with all of that work pending, I would love to do some subcontracting or shorter projects. My main skills are in research design, analysis, and synthesis. I did a systematic review and meta-analysis of interventions based on metacognition and mathematics for my thesis. I have also led or contributed to several reviews with the Durham Evidence Center for Education, focusing on programs to boost school attendance in developing countries and to increase minority teacher recruitment and retention. So I'm very comfortable with scholarly and professional report writing. I'm acting as a guest editor for a special issue of Education Sciences on Evaluation. I also enjoy designing educational assessments. I constructed a spelling test for native Arabic speakers learning English, and I analyzed it with an item response theory model, or RASH model. But I enjoy qualitative research as well. I find that most people are fascinating if you really take the time to listen to them. So I enjoy conducting and coding interviews and that kind of thing. So ultimately, I want to improve educational opportunities and outcomes for all students. So if you would like to collaborate on that, give me a call or an email. And my website is lorrainehitt.com. So thank you.
Thanks, Lorraine. I think Claire's up next. Go right ahead, Claire, whenever you're ready. And then I guess we move Jessica up a little bit, so she'll be up right after this.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Claire Stoshek. I'm trying to share my slides, Matt. I don't know if I can get permission there.
Oh, I think, Lorraine, you're still sharing. There we go.
There, sorry, it was.
I'll start y'all over. I don't want to take too much time. Go ahead.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Claire Stoshek. I am here in upstate New York. I am the founder and lead consultant at Golden Aspen Consulting. We've been around since 2020. I've been doing consulting work for nearly a decade now. Yeah, so just a little bit about me. I've also spent a decade and a half in Minnesota, so I have a lot of clients there as well. I am open to subcontracting potentially. Mostly, I'm really excited about collaboration opportunities, and right now, very urgently looking for GIS expertise. So if anyone on this call knows of anyone or has GIS expertise, I would really love to hear from you. So please message me or email me. So a really exciting project coming up that requires a lot of mapping. So just experience, 16 years of research and evaluation, also lots of consulting. And prior to that, I was a leader in nonprofits. Skills, I really enjoy qualitative and mixed methods. I do technology of participation, strategic planning, and facilitation, which I really enjoy. I'm bilingual in Spanish and love needs assessment as well. Topical expertise, I tend to focus on social justice at the intersection with environmental issues. So a lot on transportation justice, public health, and health equity. Also a lot in food systems and sustainability in general. And then I really enjoy the approaches of culturally responsive evaluation using an equity lens. I'm doing currently a lot of participatory design with like advisory groups and evaluation and learning groups. So I really enjoy creating workshops and doing participatory workshops with folks in the community. So yeah, that's Golden Aspen in a nutshell. And again, currently very much super excited to network with anyone on any kind of collaboration, but in particular with GIS skills. So reach out to me. Thank you.
Whenever I talk to Claire, I feel like I want to go for a hike. Does anybody else feel like going for a hike after watching?
And I like to do meetings when I'm on a hike, if that's possible.
Walking meetings, that's something we're trying to do more of here. Looks like Jessica's up next. Oh, and you know, if you don't know anything about Jessica, she's in Vermont, and she like part of the year she spends time measuring snow on the top of mountains, aside from doing program evaluation and traveling everywhere. Is that right, Jessica?
That is true. I have a nerdy data dashboard where I keep track of all of our snow for the year and my ski days and things like that.
We got a real theme going here.
Thank you, Matt. Let me go ahead and do presenter view here from the beginning. All right, are folks seeing slides here? Excellent. All right. Thanks, everybody. So hey there, I'm Jessica Metcalf. As Matt mentioned, I am based in Vermont, and my company is called Green Mountain Evaluation. I am interested both in finding subcontractors to work with us at Green Mountain Evaluation and doing subcontracting myself. I've done a lot of subcontracting with other consultants, including folks in this group, and hopefully they'd have nice things to say about working with me. In addition, when you work with me, you get to hang out with our furry support staff. They're the real stars here. It was Zoe's birthday yesterday. So I have a master's in public health and a PhD in human development, and then did a postdoctoral fellowship in community nutrition at the University of Illinois. Broadly speaking, I work in public health and any kind of programming for youth and families. I really, do a lot of different kinds of projects within this broad focus. So these are kind of some examples of different areas that I work in. But in addition to this broader focus, I do have a specialty in food systems and all things food. So I do a lot of work related to direct education programs focused on nutrition or cooking or gardening, do a lot of work with farm to school and food security and food justice, produce prescription programs, supporting local food systems and sustainability and agriculture. So if you have any specific interest in food systems, we've probably already connected, but if not, please feel free to reach out. Subcontractor or subcontract-e opportunities. I broadly, work in mixed methods, so I am really comfortable in both the quantitative and qualitative spaces. This is just an example of some of our current clients at Green Mountain Evaluation. And here is some contact information. So please feel free to reach out with opportunities for partnership, going in on, proposals and RFPs together, or, any subcontracting related opportunities. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. You guys are familiar with GIFs, or is it GIFs? Well, Jillian does this to me, and I get so anxious about saying her name that I think it has to be Jillian because that's what she told me to tell her. But did she tell me Gillian? And I'm pretty sure it's Jillian, so I'm going to go with Jillian. Am I right with that, Jillian?
You are so right.
Oh, good. Oh my God. I don't know how I feel a lot of stress because I feel like I care and I want to get it right, but because I care so much, I convince myself I'm saying it the wrong way when I'm saying it the right way. And I just want to say, Jillian, I'm saying it out loud. I'm hearing it, so it'll always be right
Yes.
from now on. Thank you.
So-
Thank you for joining us today, Jillian. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Jillian, like Jill. That way you'll remember. So thank you, everybody. This is going to be super short. Name is Jillian Marshall. My company name is Dynamic and Innovative Research Solutions. I am based in Seattle, Washington. My background is in social work, public health, with a bit of health economics mixed in. I'm a former academic and pivoted to more program process evaluation in 2022 during the pandemic. Trained quantitatively, but my firm also does some qualitative work. I have individuals that I work with. And that's about it. Just seeking some subcontracting opportunities if they're available. Would love to work with others. And that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Jillian. I appreciate it. My friend Liz Johnson from Texas is up next. She's done a lot of work in with NSF, I believe. But I'm going to let her tell her own story, so I'll just be quiet. Hi, Liz. You're on mute still. So
Good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go right ahead. Take it away.
Awesome. Hi, my name is Liz. I'm an independent educational consultant based out of Austin, Texas. I've been working on evaluation in this space for about 3 years now. Matt's right, 100%. I do a lot of NSF. I'm also an experienced researcher and educator. Before the pandemic, I worked as a full-time faculty member and teacher ed with my own research agenda that was focused on literacy education and bringing informal learning into formal school-based spaces. For about 11 years, I worked that way. So I have a lot of deep knowledge in those areas, particularly when it comes to apprenticeship or mentorship and coordinating cross-systems change in K-12 and higher ed contexts. As an evaluator, I've been super fortunate to be mentored into the profession. While I did cut my teeth at the National Center for Restructuring Education Schools and teaching at Columbia Teachers College back when I was in graduate school, my time after academia has been spent mostly on working in STEM higher education projects, some with some systems transformation tools woven into them. I've been really lucky to have a mentor that's shared the whole entire evaluation process with me, from design to sunsetting projects. So that's been really fun to do. Some of the experiences that I bring right now from projects I've been working on are up here: STEM ed, systems transformation, workforce development, informal learning. I love working on stuff with long-term faculty learning or professional learning communities and networks. And then my history has knowledge in literacy, teaching, learning, and assessment, with some technology integration woven in there as well. Because for nerdy nerd people out there in the ed world, I focused on critical digital literacy work. These are some of the places that I've worked, and also some of the clients that I've worked with most recently. When I lead, my time is up.
Oh, sorry about that, Liz.
I'm just gonna, no, I should have been doing better, but there's my contact information. I'd love to work with people subcontracting or making connections, and I'll probably be looking for folks to support me in the near future if bids come in.
Exciting. Yeah, that's great that you've got people that you need some help. I just remember when you were kind of just getting started. So it's exciting to see that you're actually looking for subcontractors to support you. So things are really going great for you. I'm happy to hear about it.
Yes, thank you. And I'm stopping my share now.
Fantastic. Let's see, who do we have up next? I got lost in the, Gina.
Hi, good afternoon and good morning if you are in the West Coast, as I am. I am Dr. Gina Vanegas. I am a bicultural, bilingual consultant who has a passion for qualitative research and content area expertise in the factors that contribute to the engagement of underserved communities in services that increase social capital. I'm very excited to work with others who aim to work particularly with the Latina community and have a deep commitment to social justice and are collaborative in their approach. In terms of my background, I have a master's degree in education and a PhD in counseling psychology from the University of California, Santa Barbara. I've co-authored several publications and presented my research in the area of access and utilization patterns of social services among underserved communities at national and international conferences. I work with organizations in the nonprofit sector, education, and private sector who are interested in better engaging with underserved communities, either through research, data evaluation, and professional development. So that's a little bit about me. Here's my contact information, or you can learn, you can also learn a little bit more about me, my work, and my approach to the work as well at drginavanegas.com. But let me pull it up because it's not pulling it up. Here we go. I'm also very active in LinkedIn, so you can connect with me there. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Gina. That was great. Rebecca, you're up next.
Right. I will wait to share screen. Thank you. Okay. Hello, I'm at the last minute. Ooh, I'll go fast. So those of you who have to leave can hear. As I wrote to Matt yesterday, I've been an IC TIG lurker for a couple years now, and I made it my New Year's resolution to be more present and more active. I didn't know I would actually have to like talk about myself, but I'm so glad that I made that my resolution because today has been fascinating and you have all been so impressive and exciting. So here's a little bit about me. One of my biggest values in work ethics is to be reliable. That's really important to me. And I decided to build off of that to tell you more about me. Didn't work. But anyway, I'm a third-year PhD student at Claremont Graduate University. I'm studying evaluation and applied research. And I came to the program because I've spent many, many decades directing nonprofits, both domestically here in the US and abroad. I focus on conflict transformation. That was my work for many, many years, primarily the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. So joking, I know I'm not supposed to joke about it, but clearly a career shift was in order. I can joke about it. And then also in sports-based youth development. Some of my skills include evaluation design, being at Claremont and studying evaluation. That is a huge part of what we do for actual evaluations and theoretically. And I've really been focused on instrument design, surveys, interview, protocol, focus group protocol, and delivery. Delivering and conducting interviews and focus groups is a passion of mine, especially with my facilitation background from my conflict work. I do qual and quant. I have experience in R, which I never thought I would say as a mid-career professional. I couldn't think of a B, so my things are program evaluation, youth participatory youth development, program development. Those are projects we've worked on. And I'm looking to subtract and expand my network of evaluators and evaluation experience. That was fast.
Another Claremont graduate, folk. All right, I love it.
Yes. How do I stop sharing?
Oh. Probably go back to your
Got it.
Zoom. There you go. You got it. Let's see. And lurkers are always welcome, as I wrote in the chat. In fact, it's exactly what I called myself about 15 years ago when I was first thinking about joining AEA, and I was like, what am I doing this whole thing? I lurked for a long time and then was happy to join. So I think a lot of us feel that way. Navjeet, you're up next.
Thank you, Matt. I'm going to bring up my slides here. Okay. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Okay. That's probably better. Thank you. Okay, I'm Navjeet Singh. I'm a nonprofit consultant based in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. And my focus is improving the impact of nonprofit organizations, networks, and partnerships, working for philanthropy, nonprofits, and colleges. My focus is workforce development, and I have significant experience as a quasi-government and nonprofit executive in that space. What am I looking for? Subcontractors when needed on I need statistical analysts, data viz and graphics folks, and qualitative researchers. And I'm also looking for collaborative subcontracting opportunities, especially where you need expertise and even networks in workforce development. Okay. Selected clients, Boston Foundation, community colleges. So Aspen Institute, that was an evaluation study. Project Evident, they do a lot of evaluation and research projects for nonprofits. LISC, Jobs for the Future, and others. And I will keep it short. So that's me. And look forward to connecting with some folks. I've already reached out to a couple of folks. And look forward to hearing from any of you also. Thank you.
Thank you very much. David Bernstein, you're up next.
Hi, everybody. I don't have a PowerPoint, so I might refer to some notes. I'd like to thank the members of the Academy. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, wrong speech. Let's try this. I put my contact information
I'm going
in
to
the
put
chat.
music on here to pull people out when they're done. How's that?
Yeah. I put my contact information in the chat. I've been keeping track, and I appear to be the most experienced evaluator in this group. I'm a founding member of the American Evaluation Association. I'm a former president of Washington Evaluators, the local affiliate in the DC area. I am the founding chair of the Government Evaluation TIG. I'm the founding chair of the Students and Recent Evaluators TIG, and a former chair of the Nonprofit and Foundation TIG. Why am I here? I hear some of you saying you're mid-career. I'm end career, if there is such a thing. Because I'm an evaluator and I have jewelry behind my name, my PhD, I can keep doing this while I'm retired. So I have one client at the moment. I'd like more because I like to keep busy. My area of expertise for the last 17 or 19 years has been programs for people with disabilities and older adults. Lately in the transportation for those populations area. I've done a lot of work with stakeholders, sponsors, and inclusion. And I would encourage you to look up the Pathway to Inclusion, CTAA, in Google if you want to see an example of some of the work I've contributed to. I'd also invite you to go to the AEA library. You can see some of my former AEA presentations and AEA 365 for some of my blogs. I'm a subcontracting evaluation seller, not buyer. I'm really not looking to hire anybody, but if anybody's looking for my kind of expertise, please take a look at my LinkedIn page. Be happy to work with you.
I need a little music to play you out there, right, David? I don't have it.
I finished right on the mark.
You did good. You did great. Jen was originally
Yes.
supposed to be like number 5, and she says, I got a doctor's appointment, so I put her at the end, and now she's probably been going, I should have stayed up there because I think you were able to join us right on time.
I know I was, but oh
You're
well.
very
That's,
patient, so I appreciate your patience.
Thank you. Okay, so my name is Jen Valentine, and I am the founder of Highland Nonprofit Consulting, based here in the Atlanta area in Georgia. I have a master's in public health, and I worked got my start at a county health department, and then worked at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention for many years after getting my degree. Then started my own consulting business. So I have going on about 17 years of being an independent practitioner. However, I collaborate quite frequently I partner with doctors Susan Wolf and Ann Price as part of Positive Impact Consultants, and with other evaluators from time to time. And I'm always looking to collaborate and coordinate projects and work together because it's so much more fun. My mission is really about building the nonprofit capacity to provide and invest in effective strategies that have a measurable impact. So what I've seen over my consulting experience and in my government experience is that it's really important to have those strategies correct in the first place, right? To make sure that those strategies have measurable and effective and realistic goals that then move down to the programs and services. So I have done a lot of work at that sort of strategic level, as well as in the program evaluation. Here are some of my clients. You can get a range. I'm a generalist as well, even though I do have a public health background and have done a lot. However, in the last 5 years, I have been the evaluator on 9 distinct SAMHSA grants. So have a lot of experience with behavioral health and substance use, although for various different populations, including the homeless, infant and early childhood, bilingual populations, et cetera. So I do a lot of evaluation capacity building and technical assistance. I've done that on behalf of foundations actually to help strengthen their evaluation approaches. I do needs assessments, client satisfaction, strategic planning, facilitation, and it's really about that alignment, learning, and being inclusive. And here's all of my skills, and I would just love to sort of partner with others. And here's my contact information if you'd like to learn more.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
For anybody who wants to present today, we're gonna have Lauren's up next, and then Jason. I know people are gonna leave; they're already having to leave. But if you want to get on the recording so that we have that, feel free to stick around. I'll let you. We'll make time for you. I have until the beginning of the next hour before I need to do anything, so I'm happy to stick around. But Lauren, whenever you're ready, take it away.
All right. Thank you for adding me on here at the end. I am actually just getting over the flu, so I'm sorry if my voice is funny and I'm not prepared. I don't have a PowerPoint or anything, and clearly I wasn't even on the list. So, so I am Lauren McLean. I am the co-owner and CEO and principal evaluator for Grantably. I have a business partner, Angelica Golbus. We both have PhDs in sociology and are quantitative and primarily trained in quantitative, but also qualitative research methods. And so we are, I'll say we're in our academics. So Angelica is still a faculty member and works with me part of the time. And then, but I quit my academic job and I am running Grantably full time now, which is really cool. We have kind of honed in on our niche recently. Yeah, thanks for reminding me that I'm in Kentucky. And so our niche is going to be focused on projects that are aimed at increasing educational and workforce opportunities for minoritized groups, kind of broadly defined. Our tagline is evaluation to do more good. We really want to help organizations tell their story, highlight what they're celebrate what they're doing well, finding opportunities to improve, and that kind of thing. So we're really excited to do that work. I also just wanted to say too that we're kind of expanding our offerings as a company. And so we're starting to offer grant research and grant writing. Our name is Grantably, and everybody always, that's the first question we get asked is, do you write grants? And we've always said no, and now we're going to start saying yes. So if you have clients who are looking to write grants and that's not something that you offer, please send them to us. And we're just excited to sort of offer a wider range of services to support our clients. So, and we're going to start coaching new evaluators who might want to leave academia like I did and come over and join this wonderful group. So if you know anyone there, that would be great too. So
Lauren, did you do a reality TV program recently?
I did a reality TV show for entrepreneurs called The Blocks, BLOX. It will air in 4 to 6 months, I think. And it was an incredible experience. So I love, maybe Matt, maybe I could do a topic chat on that sometime. But it was a really cool experience. And yeah.
And did you win? You can't tell us.
I
Right?
can't say,
Oh,
but
no.
I won by being there for sure. I won by being there for sure.
I've got Jason Ravitz up next.
Hello, thanks for the opportunity. It's great to hear what everyone's doing. I'm an independent in Richmond, California, and I'm originally from Detroit. Harvard-educated sociologist and educator who got a PhD in instructional design and came to evaluation through instructional design. I've worked on national surveys and measurement projects. Past jobs include at Digital Promise, where we evaluated a school coaching program. I led evaluation capacity building at Google, focused on their computer science outreach initiatives and social impact. And I led research for the Buck Institute for Education, now PBL Works, on project-based learning. So my background is educational technology and educational reform. We work with nonprofits and foundations and companies that want to learn and improve and grow their impact. The services that we provide are evaluation and research design, measurement and data validation, statistics and data analysis. Almost all my projects are providing data dashboards using the R Shiny platform. And I'm also very interested in evaluation capacity building and leadership coaching. What else can I tell you? Yeah, some recent projects include National Science Foundation grants, National Institutes of Health, and some charitable foundations. And I'm very interested in partnering on projects with folks as a subcontractor and occasionally hire subcontractors myself. Thanks a lot for doing this, Matt, and I'd love to talk with any of you who are interested.
Thanks, Jason. So we're, Jason was listed as our last. I know that we have time. If anybody wants to present, raise your hand so I know you're interested. I'm going to stop the timer. Anybody? What do you guys think? Was that a pretty, aren't you impressed with all the people who just spoke? I think so too. All right, I don't see anybody raising their hand. I'm going to stop the recording, but you can stick around for a second if you want to share any thoughts.